I just want to thank everyone for joining us at this time. We are just waiting on some of our survivors to join us in the back room. So I just wanted to give you a little bit of heads up. We're gonna wait a couple minutes before we jump into the show proper. But otherwise, please stay tuned. Thank you very much. And again, just a reminder that we'll be starting shortly in just a couple minutes. We're just waiting for some of our survivors to arrive in the back end. And as soon as they arrive, we will be starting the show just shortly. So please stay tuned. It shouldn't be that much longer. Thank you. But you know what? It helps if I put myself off of mute. We're going to get started with today's program. We're going to shuffle things around a little bit. So first of all, I want to say Tansy and thank you to everyone who's joined us from across Turtle Island. My name is Kayla Johnston, and I am the Acting Supervisor for Education at the National Center for Truth and Reconciliation, getting tongue-tied. I want to welcome you to the NCTR's first ever virtual online Survivor Jamboree. But I'm not the only host here today. I have a second host with me, Don Burnstick, and I'm wondering, Don, if you could share a few words about yourself.
Hello, Tansy. Hi, it's Don Burnstick. Welcome to my home. I'm a Cree from Alberta. I too am a survivor, as well as my family of the residential school. And I not only just survived, I've learned how to thrive based on all those things. It's an honor to be here with all my my fellow survivors, and I'm really looking forward to today. It's gonna be a lot of fun. On behalf of my family, I send greetings to everybody.
I always got to catch myself. I always put myself on mute. It's the safety feature. It's good to have. Yeah. But I want to thank you, Don, for joining us during our Jamboree. I'm an aficionado of film, but second to that is comedy. And I know laughter is very good medicine. And this year, after the year we've had, I know everyone is likely in need of a good laugh or two before we move into 2021. So we have a lot of fun things planned today over the next 2 hours. But before we jump into it, I wanted to briefly introduce some of our Survivor Circle members. I see Wambadi has joined us, our storyteller. I'm going to add Wambadi to our feed. It sounds like I was having some echoing issues, but once I'm done, Wambadi, could you give a hello? And
hello, how are you? Can you hear me?
We can, yes.
Good. Good to see you, Don.
We're getting a little bit of feedback, but it should go down once we have Wambadi speaking and on screen for his story time. So we'll have him come join back into the feed once we get to that portion of the entertainment today. So in addition to our special survivor guests, we have Marie Wilson from the TRC Commission joining us to share some greetings as well. So I'm going to pull Marie into the feed. And I'm wondering, Marie, if you could share a few words with us.
Thanks very much, Kayla. And hi, Don. Nice to see you again. I think it's interesting that you flubbed your word and said the Truth and Education Center, because Truth and Reconciliation, so much of reconciliation actually is about education as a first starting point. And the center's done such great work this year, a banner year, really, when you think about the Orange Shirt Day celebration and the successful connecting of tens of thousands of kids and adult teachers all across the country. So I just want to acknowledge you at the National Center for Truth and Reconciliation, but most importantly, right across the country, I just want to say to all of the residential school survivors, the intergenerational survivors and your families, I send you my very best greetings for this time of year. Very aware of the fact that this is the solstice. Some of us here in Yellowknife, I'm speaking to you from Treaty 8 territory and the Chief Dragi's territory of the Willide Dene. And we had ceremonies here this morning. I'm sure many people did right across the country as a way of greeting the darkness, facing into it, and knowing that the light is there for us as well, and returning. I'm very aware of the fact from the thousands of statements we received with the Truth and Reconciliation Commission that this time of year is actually a really particularly hard time of year especially for many residential school survivors, many of whom spent Christmas seasons away from family and community altogether. And so I'm just thinking of you all at this very special time of year as well, with a lot of care and love for all of you. I wish you and your families well. I wish you great joy in spite of all the hardships, and knowing, as Don Burnstick has said so well, that you've proven yourselves to be resilient thrivers, not just survivors. And so I wish you all well and look forward to seeing as many of you as is possible in the coming year ahead. Thanks very much, Kayla, and to all of you at the National Center. Masicho.
Thank you, Marie, for bringing those holiday greetings. It's really wonderful that you were able to join us here today. Having heard from survivors throughout this past year, we know that this holiday season was going to be particularly difficult given the restrictions we have in place across Canada to try and ensure the health and safety of our friends and family. Now, I'm wondering, Don, we had some technical difficulties. Were you able to join us again?
I am trying. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, I can hear you, but it looks like you may have cut out again.
Back on there again.
Can you hear me now, Don? Unfortunately, I think I got a frozen screen for you. Just give me half a second while we work out these technical.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. I can see moving. Perfect. Because I was just going to ask you if you could give us a short run through of what today's programming would be today.
Okay, well, we're going to have me, and then we have some carols. We're going to have some wonderful Christmas carols. We have our legendary star. Also, I'll make sure to let you guys know this is going to be streamed all over social media. It's going to be streamed on Facebook and on YouTube. You yourself want to share the stream on your page. Please do, but also remember to register. You have to register your name. Well, we have these draws. We have some wonderful draws, and Indigenous people, we love our draws. We love our raffles. So we're going to be having some draws. So make sure to register when you're signing on like this. I think there's a registration thing there. So that's kind of what's going to be happening today. You guys get that? On to storytelling first and foremost, and then we're going to have some Christmas carols. We're having some technical difficulties. We keep either she goes, who's, so it's, it's like a married couple. One of us walks in, the other one leaves. And it's been a kind of a wonky year, right? Because this past 10 months, our world's changed. It basically turned all the elders into teenagers. Teenagers, they're always on their phones like this. They're always watching their phones. Well, now all of us are, right? I even see the elders on their phones at this point, because we all have to use technology now. It's the only way we communicate with each other, and with our families, So when Kayla gets back on, she's going to shift you over to the story time. And then we're gonna have our first story, and then we're gonna have a couple of Christmas carols, and then I'll come back on, and hopefully I'll be on. We're having some technical difficulties, and I can do my comedy. And the comedy stuff, I've been doing this for I've been doing comedy for 25 years. It's been interesting. It's been a real a journey, you know, about Native humor, because the thing is that there's only a few Native humorists when I came into the scene. Now, because of technology, we have hundreds of Native comedians making videos and TikTok and all that kind of stuff, which is really cool. The more the merrier, eh? You know. But Native humor is a certain type of particular thing, eh? You know. And there's a line you have to there's a line that you have to walk, right? Because on this side of the line, you're gonna offend people. People are gonna get mad. And then there's this side of the line, then people don't get the jokes, right? So there's that fine line with Native humor, and you got to know how to walk that line to get people to laugh and be comfortable with it, and most importantly, be appropriate with the material. So that's what Native humor to me, I think is. And Native humor is teasing. We like to tease all the time, and when one of us laughs, you know, everybody laughs. That's basic what essence of Native humor is. Everybody's laughing. Everybody's laughing at the same thing, at the same joke, at the same person, the same story, you know. And like in my family, we go around the table and we tease each other. We tell funny stories about each other, and everybody laughs, you know. So we're not laughing at somebody. We're all laughing with each other, and that's the essence of what Native humor is. So basically, what I do when I get on stage is I basically tease, you know, because that's what Native humor is. Eh? Native humor is teasing. So I basically tease the audience. I make fun of certain things, you know. And when I first started doing comedy, I had no jokes, no material. All I had was my life, how I grew up, you know, my life with you know, growing up with natives with no neck, you know, like this, you know, natives with flat bums, and you know, that kind of stuff. Skinny dogs. That's how the whole process started. So I wanted to just give you a little bit about that before I start my thing. And I don't know where we got the boot, or she got the boot, or somebody got the boot. So anyway, but the commissioner's there, and I don't even know if people are watching. Are you guys watching? Is anybody on there? I hope there is. You know, who knows? I might just be sitting here by myself talking to my phone. Who knows?
Hi, Don. You're definitely not alone. I was getting some major feedback, but I'm told no one else can hear the feedback I'm hearing, which is really good. But what I'm going to do is ask Wambadi Wakita to share the first story that we had planned for today. Because today is the winter solstice, and we wanted to ask what that actually means to Wambadi. So I'm going to add Wambadi back into our stream and ask our grandfather if he can
Am I ready to go? Okay.
Yes, please. If you could share with us what the meaning is for today, that would be wonderful. So I'm going to bump up your video so you're fully on screen and ask if you could share that story.
All right. That story is many things, really. It's a sacred law, first of all. It's a natural law as well, and it's a human being law. All of those are connected, and these times, it has a lot of connection. It has connection to what's on Mother Earth, what the connection to the universe, what's in the universe, They're all connected. And our ancestors, they have a big hand in what happens. Tonight, we're going to have a ceremony, December the 21st, like we always do. And for some reason, our ancestors, the ones that are up in heaven, Tatema Koji, the windy place, they are most active. They really like it. So we're going to be offering food and we'll fill up our pipes to make prayer. There's a connection, a sacred connection. I'll just give you one example. They say that December 21st and June 21st, there is a big connection. And I realized that after a little while of being involved in what I call sacred work, the work that Creator had given me. And so on December the 21st, the sun comes up over here. And June 21st, the sun comes up over here. Now, there's the connection. It intersects at some point in time. And I learned that when I first started to build my lodge in 1968, that is where, at my place there, that is where I needed to put my purification lodge. I didn't know those things, but that's the instructions that came from up there. That's only just one example. The other examples, of course, we take into consideration holistic stuff. And everything starts with you on the inside, your heart, your mind, your body, and your spirit. In that order, by the way. And it helps us connect. Creator already, when we were born, Creator already gave us a sacred road. And we are to stay on that sacred road. And to learn more about this sacred road along the way. So my living, my way of living, my philosophy is to whatever Creator teaches me, I will, whatever Creator gives me, whatever Creator shows me, whatever Creator tells me, I will make sure that I will take that, learn it, practice it, try to understand what that means. And when I'm sure of it, I will put it into action. When I do things in that manner, that is when things start to work out good. Creator pays us really good when we follow sacred instructions. And almost every day, there's sacred instructions. Today is a kind of a sad day for me. I'm been asked to do ceremony, a pretty serious 3-part ceremony where people are having a hard time at this time of the year, and really serious stuff. And so my wife and I will be doing a ceremony that we would be taking care of the things that we need to do regarding that ceremony, that the December 21st ceremony. We get lots of instructions on that day. And oh boy, all of the things that we've been given, instructions that we've been given, they all turned out the way it needed to be. Another example would be when we had ceremony 2010, I think it was, a young girl came to the ceremony in spirit form, and she says, "We will just have to grow our own." Now, I didn't know what that meant at the moment, but eventually I found out that yes, we would have to grow things on our own, meaning gardens and stuff like that, and protect Mother Earth in that way. So that's an example. Another example is water. We had another ceremony, I forget when it was, but in that time, December 21st, we sing the water song. The water song because water is turning in from liquid to solid. And in the springtime, we sing the March 21st, we sing the water song again, turning the water in from solid to liquid in March. So those are pretty important times, and it's natural. We don't really exactly go by the calendar. We're going to go and look outside and find out when these ceremonies need to take place. And that's how we're going to do it. We've always done it like that. And it's a pretty good time to be able to do those kinds of things. And I'm very thankful and honored. And when I do ceremonies, because that's a good way Creator has given us. And also, too, it helps people. Whatever we do, it helps people. And I got a call from my daughter this morning asking some questions, and I answered her. And hopefully that she'll be able to do the ceremony as well over there. So they're all over the place. Of course, we wish everybody goodness. And that's what comes from the ceremony. And that's what we get from the ceremony. And when we share this goodness with our families, that's what brings happiness and unity. So in a very short, compacted way, there's a lot more to this, by the way, but that's just a couple of examples that we do at this time of the year. So it takes about a year or two to even construct a purification lodge, because you got to get everything, all the natural things all lined up and get them in order. That way your purification lodge will work. And I just want to say this one thing. It's not a sweat lodge. Don't say sweat lodge, because it isn't. So thank you. I would like to share a song with you a little later on. And I would also like to tell you a story, a true story that happened long ago. But I'll wait until I'm given that opportunity. So thank you. Thank you.
Hi, Wambadi. Would you be able to share your song now, if that's possible?
Sure. I would like to share that song.
Wonderful. I know everyone watching, we have 124 guests on our Facebook, would love to hear the song.
All right, then. And here's a song that I've found, and it seems very, very good.
There's a funny bad man in a silly red suit, stuck in the smoke hole of our teepee. There's a funny bad man in a silly red suit, stuck in the smoke hole of our teepee. Ho, 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 he thinks he's talking Indian. No, ain't no way we'll let him in. Not no funny bad man in a silly red suit, stuck in the smoke hole of our teepee. Grandma's skinning his deer and Grandpa's cooking up the meat from the funny bad man in a silly red suit, stuck in the smoke hole of our teepee. Ho, 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 he thinks he's talking Indian. No, ain't no way we'll let him in. Not no funny bad man in a silly red suit, stuck in the smoke hole of our teepee. And he's taking his booze and Uncle's stripping down the sled of the funny bad man in the silly red suit, stuck in the smoke hole of our teepee. Oh, 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 he thinks he's talking Indian. No, 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 ain't no way we'll let him in. Not no funny bad man in the silly red suit, stuck in the smoke hole of our teepee. Ching, 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 the sound of money coming in from the pawning of the toys of the funny bad man in the silky red suit, stuck in the smoke hole of our TV. Oh, 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 he thinks he's talking Indian. No, 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 ain't no way we'll let him in. Not no funny bad man in the silky red suit, stuck in the smoke hole of our TV. Oh, 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 he thinks he's talking Indian. No, 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 ain't no way we'll let him in. Not no funny bad man in the silly red suit, stuck in the smoke hole of our TV.
All right, so that's a song that I got to learn, and the kids really enjoy that, and the adults enjoy it too. Later on, towards the end, I will sing my regular song. That regular song is it came from up there, and it came to 2 other people before that song was given to me by our ancestors, and I truly appreciate that song. So later on, I would also tell a story, a true story that happened long ago. So thank you very much.
Now, before I close your window, Wambadi, we got a request. Who was singing that song and what was the song called?
I think it was called Santa.
Stuck in the smoke hole of our teepee.
Stuck in the smoke hole of our teepee, because we have a teepee in the back here. And Santa doesn't come around here anymore because he knows that I'm after one of his deer. So.
Wonderful. Thank you, Wambadi. We'll come back to you in a short bit to get that story and hear that other song from you. All right. So do you have a comment for the Jamboree? Feel free to post in the comments section in either Facebook or YouTube. And as you can see, I've been pulling a few of them up for you to see on our stream. And I just want to give another thanks to Wambadi for sharing that short story and that fun little song with us, get some smiles going. Now, next, what I wanted to share or wanted to talk about was Phyllis Googoo, who is another member of our Survivor Circle. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like she was able to join us in the back end, but Phyllis and her drum group, or I should say the drum group she's a part of, the Wegoma Ao Kwa drum group, has generously recorded some tunes for us, some holiday tunes. So joining Phyllis, there are 5 other members who were able to participate: Margaret Poulette and Isabel Martin, as well as Andrea Curry, Rosie Sillyboy, and Charlotte Poulette. And before that, I wanted to just share a little bit of information about this drum group. So I'm going to try again at pronouncing. I had practiced all morning, but it seems my tongue gets tied. But the Wegoma O Ikwe is a Mi'kmaq for the women of Wegoma. So it's a drum group that hails from Wegoma First Nation in Unamaki, also known as Cape Breton. This is an 8-member group that has been singing and drumming since 2004, when some of the women who were part of a wellness group attended an event and sang a Mi'kmaq honor song in memory or in honor of the survivors as well as their ancestors. So since then, they've been singing and drumming for countless years and countless special events. They've sung throughout Nova Scotia as well as Toronto at various concerts and festivals. 3 of the group's members are also residential school survivors, 2 of which, Margaret Poulet and Phyllis Googoo, were able to participate in the video that was recorded. Now, the intergenerational drum group was grateful for this opportunity to bring Christmas cheer to survivors and their families. And with that, I'm going to share the screen that I have open for this video. And we're going to be singing along to Mi'kmaq version of Deck the Halls. So please stay tuned. So I was just informed that even though I played the video, there wasn't actually any sound to the video. I apologize for that. My computer is a little slow while it's thinking hard about all the videos that I've got going. So I'm going to try adjusting the volume and see if we can get that going one more time. Please let me know if you are able to hear the video this time. Oh, rats. You know, I had tested this morning, and here it was coming in nice and clear, but it doesn't seem like the audio wants to come in this time around. So I was given the suggestion to try sharing my computer audio. So I want to thank everyone for their patience while we work through some of this technology. Okay, so I'm going to see if we can go back to Don, and maybe while Don shares a little bit of comedy with us, we can figure out back end and come back to some carols afterwards, see if that might work. Don, can you hear me? Are you able to join us in the stream? Don, are you there? It feels
Yeah, see. There you go.
Hey Don, you're ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
All right, I have you on screen. I'm going to remove myself and we're going to hear a little bit of comedy from Don while I figure out this sound for our videos.
Okay. Can everybody see me?
No, I'm getting a black screen.
I'm getting a black screen here too. What's going on? This stuff. My camera's on.
How technology.
My camera's on.
Let
me re-sign
Did
on.
you switch phones?
Let me re-sign on, okay?
All right. Well, sometimes this is how it goes, but I want to again thank everyone for their patience in bearing with us today. Maybe this is a good time to draw the first name for our swag. So today we have several items that we are giving away in a draw. We have these lovely beaded barrettes, care of Cree Nations here in Winnipeg. In addition to that, we have some beaded lanyards as well. And for those who are able to stick to the end of the show, we have a very special handmade gift that was done. This a glass or a stained glass NCTR logo hanging. So with that, I am going to pull the first number or first name. And that is based off of those who signed up from the Eventbrite platform, as well as those who are joining us on Facebook. So with that, the first name is Lauren Brown. Lauren Brown, you are one of the lucky winners for today's swag items. We're going to be doing a couple draws today. So I have saved that information and will be reaching out via email just to collect your contact information on sending that item out to you. So I see Don is back. I can see him. I'm going to add him to the stream and let's get some laughs. All right, over to you.
Yes. How are you? How you guys doing? My fellow survivors. Man, 2020 is another word for survivor, eh? We're making it. We're hanging in there, I want to welcome all my friends and all my cousins. Good to see you guys. Welcome to my home. This is the new reality. We're all on our cell phones. We're all on computers now. We're all getting, we're having some glitches here, but that's minor. It's kind of like a band office. It doesn't always work right, But it's really good to be here. My name is Don Burnstick. I'm a humorist. I've been doing comedy now for 25 years, and this last 10 months have been really extraordinary with this COVID-19. Couple things happened with COVID-19. Couple things. First of all, we're told to stay home. Don't go anywhere, stay home. And then we're told, don't go visit your family. Don't go visit your friends. Don't go out. Don't go anywhere. Don't go to any social events. Stay home. Don't go shopping. Stay home. No, don't go spend your money. Stay home. Stay home. It reminds me of when I was married. I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't go around my family, my friends. So COVID-19, it's really changed the world. I prayed this morning, as I do every day, and I asked God for another year. God, give me another year in my life, because this year doesn't count. Okay, it just doesn't count. The other thing that's happened in COVID is because we stayed home, we isolated, we self-quarantined, whatever, and everybody gained weight. Everybody gained weight. Like I gained weight. I got a body like a band counselor. I got all puffy. The other thing that happened with this quarantine self-isolation is a lot of babies were born this year. Like you're gonna quarantine an Indian, somebody's gonna get pregnant, right? That's just how it goes. The other thing that happened is that we have to teach our kids and our grandkids, homeschool them. And you guys all realize how bad of a teachers you are. We're some bad teachers, you know. We realize our kids don't listen, you know. So and the other thing is, some people they didn't make it in relationships, eh? You know, when you're isolated with somebody for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, you get sick of them. You're like, get away from me. I'm sick of you. Get away from me. You know. So lots of breakups. And what we're doing now with the second wave is we're trying to flatten it. In the springtime, we did that, eh? You know, because the wave is like this, eh? It curves. It peaks up like this. The number, it spreads really high. We want to flatten that thing, you know, so it doesn't spread like this. And I had a hard time explaining this to my peoples, eh? You know, and I guess the only comparison I had to this wave, this arc, this curve, is take a 40 or 50-year-old man in your house, lay him on his back. You see his belly? See his belly? His belly is nice and round. That's the curve. That's the arc, okay? Now turn him over on his belly, on his back. You see his bum is nice and flat? You know, that's what you want to do. You want to flatten that like an Indian guy's bum, just flatten that curve. So that's why we're staying home. I've been isolated for a while now, you know, and the other thing I found out, you know, and it's weird because when COVID first hit, white people went crazy. The white people went nuts. They went and bought up all the toilet paper, you know, like they can get COVID through your bum or something, you know, like they bought up all the toilet paper, and we didn't stress about that, natives, eh? Because we got innovative, right? Natives, see, look, remember that? Hey, remember the newspaper? Oh yes, look, old school. Remember that sound? I didn't like the newspaper because it turned the brown spot black, eh? You know, so. But one thing, and then the second wave hit. Eh? Now we have a vaccine that's going to be coming out. It's going to be sent out to our people. I think it's going to be the Moderna one. You know, and the vaccine. They said when you get it, your arm is sore for a while, eh? Like for a day or so. It says like getting punched in the arm after you get your vaccine shot. And basically, we're used to that. Us natives, especially native men, because when we're sitting beside a native woman and she's laughing, she laughs really hard, she punches you. Boom, and then you get punched, right? You know, they always punch, you know, native women always punch, right? So getting the vaccine is like getting a punch from a native woman in the arm when she's laughing. So that's what I believe, you know. And so then everybody went crazy over masks because there was no PPE. There was no protective equipment, right? There's no mask. There's no hand sanitizer. None of that stuff in this thing. We were so unprepared, eh? And everybody, you know, had their scarves and their shirts and their wrapping stuff around their head. And I was trying to figure this out. So what I did was I went into my underwear drawer. Here, this is my underwear drawer right here. And the boxers, they're clean. Don't get all ever deadly there. These are clean. So what I did is I made up my own mask. So I take the leg and I put it over my head like this, see? Right there. That could work, but then you get all the stuff here. So what I did is I took the back and then I twist it. I twist it like this. And then you pull it over your head. See? There. Now I'm ready to go out. If you don't want anybody to recognize you, you put on your glasses. See, there you go. And so it works. I've never done it. I managed to score some masks, and everybody's got the cool mask. Eh? Everybody's got cool masks now. So I gotta show you my cool mask. This is my cool mask. These are my cousin masks. Oh yes, and the cousin mask. I put a little more room in the center of it because for our lips. Eh? The natives like to point. Eh? so we can point with our mask on. There's lots of room there for your lips. So I just wanted to share that with you, you know. And it's the season, Christmas time, and our Jamboree and the survivors, you know. I want to share this. I'm a survivor. I went to residential school. I went for a couple of days. I went for a couple of days, and they had me staying in the girls' dorm. And my mom told my sister to dress me up as a little girl and keep me there. And when they found out I was a little boy, 2 days later, I got sent to foster care. But I was there for 2 days. All my siblings were there, you know, and then when it was done, they brought it all home to my community. So I'm a survivor, and I've learned how to thrive and go past all this. And I'm really proud of my family, because my family really had made some big steps into healing. We're trying to end the trauma and break the trauma cycle. You know, many of us sobered up. Many of us don't drink or do drugs. We're following our traditional lives and our ceremonies. So we're breaking that cycle of trauma, you know. And one of the ways we do that is with laughter. Because laughter is really good medicine. And our people have always said that. We laugh at anything. Anything. If natives are walking, it's different than white people, eh? White people are walking and one of them slips on the ice. Everybody, oh my God, are you okay? Don't move. Call 911. It's a big thing, right? You know, natives are walking with their cousin and one of them slips on the ice. Poof, 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 poof. And then we bounce. Eh? Natives always bounce. And we'll do this. We'll go, get up, you. You're not even hurt. Get up. We're going to be late for bingo. Get up, I said. You know, so that's how this, you know, and we just see things differently. If white people are standing there and somebody farts, oh my God, excuse them what? Excuse yourself. They're really offended, eh? Natives were standing with their cousins and somebody farts, ever deadly. Oh, boy, you're deadly, you know, and we laugh. Hey, here, we want to share it. Hey, I'm blessing you, you know. That we just see the world differently, us guys, you know, and we love to laugh. Laughter is such good medicine, you know, and words of my elders, you pray, you share, you cry, and you laugh. Those four things will help you heal from any pain that comes into your life. So I've lived by those four things, and I've made laughter a part of my life, eh? You know, and because it's Christmas time, we gotta laugh about Christmas, eh? I always wondered about because Christmas, from what I understand about Christmas, it's the birth of Jesus Christ, right? He was born December 25th, over 2,000 years ago. So, but then over last, you know, few centuries, this red guy dressed up in red with a white beard, he took over. Now Christmas is about Santa Claus. It's about gifts. And right away, you know me, the way I think, eh, you know, what if Santa Claus was native? What if Santa Claus is a native guy? You know, I used to say, what if Santa Claus is Indian? Because they changed their name again. You notice that they changed. Remember we were called Indians, and then we were called natives, and then we were called Aboriginal, and now First Nations, and now we're indigenouses. You know, we're indigenouses. You know, I can't even spell that. Okay, but anyway, what if Santa Claus was indigenous? I think Christmas would be different if Santa Claus was a native man. You know, based, you know, on what he looks like, he's all puffy. You would think he was on band council. You know, he's got that band council body, eh? If Santa Claus was a native, his sleigh would be pulled by a bunch of res dogs. Oh yeah, he'd have res dogs pulling that sleigh. You know why? Because he would have eaten the reindeer. Because we're not going to have any reindeer without eating them, right? You know, so Santa Claus would have finished those off and got pulled by res dogs. If Santa Claus is native, he'd have hickeys under his beard, hickeys all over his 2-3 chins, eh? You know, because he's got no neck. You know, if Santa Claus is native, he'd have kids everywhere he stopped. Oh yeah, he'd have kids all over the place. And if Santa Claus was native, based on Indian time, we wouldn't get our presents till March, right? You know, we wouldn't get our presents till March because Indian time. But that's my version of Santa Claus. You know, the indigenous version, and the world has just changed so much. And I just want to speak on that for just a second, eh? You know, and I can't wait for it to get back to normal. Hopefully by spring, after we get vaccinated and this COVID thing goes away, you know. But we also got to prepare ourselves because there's going to be another one, eh? That's probably going to come. Remember when H1N1 came out? Remember when SARS came out? You know, like there's always something, eh? There's always something, you know. So we have to deal with this, eh? You know. And what they told us to do is to stay home. You know, protect yourself, stay home. And what I found in the people that I've been working with and the communities, it's the young people who are kind of not staying home, right? The young people who are putting our elders at risk. In my family, it affected my family. A young guy went out with his friends. He came home and he brought COVID home, and it affected certain family members. you know. So we asked the young people to stay home and protect us, right? You know, and I do know this. We would do it for you. If they said, you middle-aged people and you native elders, you have to stay home to protect your kids. To protect your kids from something, you gotta stay home. I'll tell you what, we would, wouldn't we? Eh? We would stay home for our kids and our grandkids. But we asked the young people to stay home to protect the elders. Some have a difficult time doing that, eh? They really have a difficult time doing that. So I just want to say, like, you know, young people who are watching this, please take care of your family, take care of your elders and your grandparents. I'm a sociable guy. I love being around our people. I love it. I love being around my family. Christmas time, I always have my family over, and I have a big family, you know. But I can't do any of that stuff this year, you know. I can't do any of that. So to protect my family and to protect myself, I always I'm staying home. I'm staying away from people. I'm isolating, you know, because that's what they told us to do, to isolate. If you see crowds, avoid crowds. Don't talk to anybody. Don't stop and visit, you know. Basically, act like a band counselor, you know. So we're all acting like band counselors now, you know. So I just wanted to share those things with you. I got really lonely in the spring. I was almost gonna shack up, you know, and get married and all that kind of stuff, but I decided, nah, you know, I better get a dog, you know. So I got me a dog, a little COVID dog, and because I rather pick up with poop than put up with crap, right? You know, so because I used to get this all the time. Oh, you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong, but that's a different story, hey, you know. I'm still sober, you guys. It'll be sober 36 years in February. That's a long time, you know. And when I sobered up in 1985, that's a long time ago. When I sobered up in 1985, there was no sober young males. None. There was none around. We were like Sasquatch. You know how you're Sasquatch? You hear about them, but you never see them, you know? That was us young native guys who were sober. We heard about them, but nobody ever see them, eh? So I had to start sharing my sobriety, and I've been walking this path for a long time, and I don't know how long I'll continue to walk in it until I can't no more, because I really believe in this. I really believe in the healing. I believe in the work that the TRC is doing. You know, it's really done wonders for my family. I want to thank you for your courage and your bravery, for all your sharing and your honesty. Many of you have met my brother at the gathering. My brother is Gordon Burnstick. You know, he was a big part of the process there. You know, so the thing is that I want to thank you guys for really helping my family, helping heal, not my siblings, but my parents' legacy, and developing a new legacy for the Burnstick family. Because there's a bunch of grandkids, nieces and nephews, great grandkids that have never seen us drunk. They've never seen the Burnsticks drunk. They've never been to a Burnstick party. Not like a long time ago when we used to have those really wild parties in the 70s and the early 80s. Those were wild days. And the kids now don't get to see that stuff, eh? They've never seen us drunk. They've never seen the violence, none of that stuff, eh? And that's through a lot of the work of the guidelines that you guys have set down, being honest, healing, you know, those particular things, you know. So again, thank you so much for impacting my life and my family's life, and leaving a really good legacy for the future, you know. And I was supposed to be a little more funnier, but I just want to convey those things, you know. And this Christmas is going to be a good Christmas. And remember, you're not stuck at home, okay? You are safe at home. There's a big difference, eh? You're not stuck at home. You're safe at home. I am not stuck in my house. I am safe. You know, me and my dog, I got my dog here, you know, we're safe, because out there is that virus, and I don't want to get it. You know, I'm 57 years old. I really don't want to get it. Thus far, I'm knocking on some wood. I haven't gotten it. Family members have gotten it. Community members have gotten it, you know. So the thing is, just keep yourself safe. Continue what we're doing. Watch out for the vaccines that are coming out. I think Moderna is coming out, so that'll be ours. We get the one shot in the arm, and then a month later we get another shot. And you know, by the time snow breaks, hopefully this thing will be back to normal. we'll get to see each other. I'll get to go visit the storyteller. I'll get to go to Wigawad down Cape Breton. See my Mi'kmaq sisters, watch them sing again. I remember when they sang. I remember when they first started. Beautiful, beautiful singers, you know. Because I've been very fortunate. I've been to that area. I have exes over there. No, I'm just joking. But anyway, I've been to those areas to many of the people, you know. So I just wanted to share those things with you and some thoughts and prayers. And when I come back after the next intermission, I'll do some Christmas caroling for you guys, some native Christmas caroling. I'll do some jokes for you guys, and then we'll finish this time up with each other. So thank you for listening to me. Thank you for coming to my home and for allowing me to be a part of this wonderful event, this Christmas holiday jamboree, you know, which is really, really cool. And somebody should have a guitar. Somebody should be singing. I would sing, but I'm not a very good singer. Eh? If I start singing, moose come out of the bush. that's how bad of a singer I am, you know. And just two res. And before I just want to say thanks again for having me coming to your phones, your computers, and I'll see you guys in a few minutes. I'll be back.
All right. I want to thank Don for that nice comedy interlude while I tried to figure out the technical issues for our video. But I think before I try and jump into that barrel, I'd just like to call out another name. As I said, we have these beautiful beaded barrettes, as well as our beaded lanyards. So if I had sound effects, I'd have a drum roll right now. Our next lucky winner for the draw is Elizabeth Stevenson. Elizabeth Stevenson, you are the lucky winner of one of our swag pieces, and we'll be getting in contact shortly to see about getting that out to you before the winter break. All right, now I'm going to give this another go about sharing my screen and sharing the lovely Christmas video that our Wegoma Ozikwa drum group had created for us. They had a couple very beautiful Mi'kmaq carols that they wanted to sing and share. So please bear with me as I move about to get that started. Okay. Now, I'm wondering whether it was my headphones which were the cause of the technicality of not being able to hear the lovely video. So I am going to try this again. Ooh, my heart is a little bit palpitating. I'm hoping this works for you guys. All right. And I actually now see where my error is. Apparently, I'm using the wrong browser. That is my challenge. So I am actually going to switch things over, and I can see Wambadi in my little back end. Wambadi, would you be able to share a story with us while I change browsers? Would that be okay?
That would be all right.
Oh, thank you so much, Grant, for the Wambadi. I really appreciate it. So I'm going to give you the full control of our system here, and we'll check in and see if I can get this audio working after your story. Thank you.
Can you hear me? I hope people can hear me. This is, I'm Dakota, and I'm a pretty old guy, but I had a friend where I come from in Sioux Valley, and his name is Willie. Willie's a little bit older than me, 4 or 5 years older than me. And him and I got along really good. We done lots of things together, Willie and I. We danced powwow, we sang powwow, we played hockey, we joined the army. Oh, lots of things. We rode horses. When Willie was 3 years old, both his parents passed away. And another mom and dad came and picked him up. Come on, you're going to live with us. And so he moved over there. And Willie became a carpenter. Willie likes humor. And Willie worked hard when he was young. So he moved to a nearby town where we come from, and he's doing carpentry work. And that's hard work, that carpentry. So one day, Willie decided Christmas time, he's going to go home and spend his holidays with his adopted family. And so he went home. And his dad, his adopted dad, he called him Baha. So he went over there and spent Christmas with them. And now it's coming to New Year's. Oh boy, it was cold. They call that the twigs on the tree, the branches on the tree, they snap. It's so cold that they snap, they break off. That's how cold it was. And the wind is really the one that makes things cold. So anyway, it was really cold. And Willie says to Baha, he said, I really, before I go back to work, he said, I'd like to take some meat home. I really miss that, he said. Oh, good. Sure. Early the next morning, they hitched up the horses and the sleigh, big sleigh, and they put everything in there, tent, stove, hay for the horse, everything, hunting. And away they took off. It takes a full day, really, to get over there to the hunting grounds. That's quite a ways. So anyway, they got there late at night, maybe 11, 12 o'clock at night, midnight. And they got there and they shoveled the snow and pitched up their tent and fired up the stove, took the harness off the horses, gave them some hay. They heated up some food and away they went to fell asleep. Early the next morning, they get up again and they cook something to eat and then away they go hunting. One goes that way and the other one goes the deep snow up to your knees, and really wanted to get some wild meat. It's either a moose or elk or deer or something. They came back late at night, nothing. Early the next morning, same thing. They ate something, away they went. And this went on for 3 days. And on the fourth day, they went out again. They had something to eat, and then they left to go out. They came back home, and still nothing. It was really cold. They were eating away in the dark, and the stove was going, and then finally, that old man, he said, tomorrow, he said, if we don't get anything tomorrow, we're going to go home. All they had was a little piece of bannock, a small piece of bannock, and tea. That's all they had. So anyway, away he went. They fell asleep, and early the next morning, they went out. They came back, and they came back early, about 5 or 6 o'clock. It's dark already. They had something to eat, and of course Willie, he's just like his adopted dad. They like humor. They like joking around. So Willie says, "Bah," he said, tomorrow morning, the one who has the best dream will eat this piece of bannock. Okay, that old man said, of course he would agree because he likes humor too. So they went to bed, and early in the morning, of course, Willie, they get up early all the time. So Willie gets up and he says, Bah, what kind of dream you had? And that old man, he said, no. He said, no. You first. He said, you tell your dream. Oh, Baha, I had a good dream, he said. In my dream, I seen these stairs. They're going up, he said, right I went, so I wanted to know where these stairs lead to. So I climbed up. He said, Baha, he said, I went right through the clouds. He said, up there, he said, the sun is shining, there's trees, the birds are singing, there's flowers. Oh boy, Baha, I really had a good dream, he said. So what about you, Baha? What kind of dream did you have? Well, that old man, he said, yeah. I seen you going up those stairs, he said. I knew you weren't coming back. That's why I ate the bannock, he said. So that was a true story. And there's lots of humor in our communities. Indigenous people like to. And that's one of the, by the way, that's one of the human being laws. It belongs to the natural law and the sacred law as well, too. So to have humor, to be able to ignite your heart and your mind and your body and your spirit by having humor. So that's the way things worked out. All right, thank you. I hope everybody heard this.
Hi, Wambadi. I can confirm everyone heard your story, and thank you so much again for sharing. I think I figured out my challenge with getting the carols to work, so I'll take you off our stream and I'm going to try caroling. Okay, everyone get your fingers crossed. All right. Oh. Okay, so we got a video going. Now let's see if I hit play. Fingers crossed, we'll get some audio with it. Please let me know if you can hear the audio. Here I was so excited I got that going right. Thank you so much for being patient. This is a new streaming service we picked up, which would to allow us that opportunity to add some of these extra little features like our comments and such, and our graphics. Okay. So I'm going to give this one more go. I read of one other means to try and get this going. Okay. We are on the go. I want to thank everyone for their lovely comments about patience and understanding. You know, it's so nice to see everyone's support. Ah, I may have figured it out. Okay, I'm going to remove myself from the stream and hit the play button.
Next song we'd like to do is a song that was written by Beegwin. Beegwin, he was the residential school survivor from Mi'kmaq, and this song is dedicated to all the survivors, and it's called Forgiveness. They put me in a residential school when I was 6 years old. Forced me from my family and all I'd ever known. I cried out for my mama, but she could not hear me. I was 200 miles away in Wambadi. They tried to break my spirit, I wouldn't let them see me cry. They held my head underwater until I almost died. I can still hear screaming deep inside of me, and I will always bear the scars of Wambadi. Well, I learned how to hate, and I learned how to fight, and love has no room in my heart of stone. A big sick to 100, I'm alone. To find love, I had to forgive. With forgiveness, I found love. down slow, shoo-ba-naggity. Well, I learned how to hate, and I learned how to fight, and love had no room in my heart and soul. I mixed it to 100 and I'm alone. To find love I had to forgive. With forgiveness, I found love way high, way high, way high, way. I found love way high, way high, way high, way. I found love again.
I'd like to wish all the survivors across Canada a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Ito ay Willie Nuwalawin, Kusubo Nani.
And I just realized I started on mute again. Okay. Whew. I was getting a little bit of an echo, so I'm glad I got that video started. As I said, I had a little bit of trouble figuring it out, but I figured it out, and that's what shows what perseverance is. This lesson I learned from survivors, actually, is how to persevere and how to be resilient. So that was the Wegoma Ozikwa drum group. They shared two songs. One was a version of Deck the Halls in Mi'kmaq. The other was a song called Forgiveness that was written by a residential school survivor about his time at the Shubenacadie Residential School in Nova Scotia. Whew. So that was pretty good. That was pretty good. I'm wondering, thinking, is it time for another draw? It might be time for another draw. Let's get out some more swag. So the next lucky winner that I have is Anne Morin. Anne Morin, you are one of the lucky winners for either a barrette or a beaded lanyard. And as I mentioned, we'll be getting in contact with our winners a little later so we can get those gifts out before the holiday closure. Whew. Working with technology always gets my heart beating a little bit faster. Wambadi, you had mentioned that you had a song. I'm wondering if you could give us serenade us a little bit. Would that be possible?
All right, I'm back again.
Oh, wonderful. You're back again.
I want to tell a brief words about Christmas. Some people call it Christmas holidays. Not all people celebrate Christmas. And we're slowly finding out who this man is, this Santa Claus guy. We gave him a name, Northman, or Zia. That's what we gave him the name. Today, at home where I come from, there's delivering turkey dinners to all the old people in our community. I really, truly appreciate that. And the other thing that's happening is that they hitched up a couple of horses and a big sleigh, and they put a big bag of candies, and they start from one end of the reserve and go around the whole reserve, all different. And there's some old people on that sleigh, and they have their regalia on, and there are some of the families who brought their kids to the road, they were given candies and stuff like that. So it's a good thing to do that. It's outside. It's in the they don't nothing close by, and the meals to the old people were delivered to their houses. They used to gather, but now they're not doing that. So this long ago, I remember, is like the snow was different, and we're just getting to know about this Santa. His name is Wazia, and we had different people and dressing up as Santa and giving out gifts to the kids, and it is for the kids. Us older people, we just ate with the whole community, but the kids got candies and stuff like that, and there usually a lot of games that is played, and I really enjoyed those games, goose calling and moose calling, and there's something called Iakisha. The best person who can Iakisha. That's Iakisha. So there's usually lots of contests, and a dancing contest for those people who never danced before. They put them on the floor and they really give them a good song. So sometimes 2 or 3 songs, and so it's quite a deal to hear some of the stories. There's a storytelling that goes on too, and some of those old people, they sure have some good stories of long ago, what they went through. Some of them are pretty humorous, and so we generally have a good time. And this is to balance the hard times that our people have going through. We lost a lot of people. A lot of our people went home to Crater this past year, and the mourners, they gather the mourners and they give them a blanket and wipe their tears and give them some water and sing them a song, and away they go. That's how the mourners are treated. So, and prayers are everywhere, and it's still like that. They go from house to house making prayers, and I see that's kind of reviving now, and you know, we really don't have a church at home, but we have lots of places to gather to make ceremony and different kinds of ceremony, purification ceremony. We also have a ride. Our people now are riding, and hopefully by December 26th, they'll get to their destination in Makato, Minnesota. That's a long ride. It's 2 weeks ride, and it gets pretty cold out there. But our people, they keep riding every year. And that's in memory of the 38 people that were hung long ago. And that's, we don't want to ever forget, let the government forget those kinds of things, because they're still trying to do those kinds of things. And here we are trying to celebrate some kind of a holiday. And we didn't know Christmas until just recently, maybe the late 40s, we started to know about Christmas. And in the New Year, there's songs and dances. There's a New Year song too. And they call that time shaking hands. The people go from house to house shaking hands, wishing them, thanking the old year, and wishing them a good year coming up. So they shake hands and they eat together too. Almost every house that you go to visit, you always got something to eat. So that's how they celebrate New Year's, and that's is I think a pretty good way. Now they're celebrating together in a big hall now because things like different kinds of things came into the community, like alcohol and drugs, and people would rather just gather together and be safe that way. I want to tell you a story. Long ago, this man, his name is Ink Paduta. He had his son, and when his son was about 90 years old, he came to an old man in where I come from. He visited him. And why he visited him was because he, when he was young, this old man, when he was young, he was a medicine man and he helped lots of people. And one time, this young man came to see him. And that young man told this old man, he said, you know, I've been having dreams about buffalo for a long time. He said, I'm 35 years old now, he said, but there's getting more and more dreams about buffalo. He said, I need to know what I have to do about that. And that old man said to that young man, you come back tomorrow because that's when we have ceremony at my house. Okay. So the next night, sure enough, that young man came. And at night, before the daybreak, before they're going to have a ceremony, early in the morning, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, that old man was sleeping and he got woken up. And he woke up and he seen two spirits, two kashidas, standing at the foot of his bed. And they told him, we brought a song for you. And this song is about people who know about the buffalo, he said. And you sing them this song. And it's for people who know about the buffalo. Don't sing them. Don't sing the song any old time, he said, or else your day will be not good. Thank you, he said. Thank you for coming and giving me this song. When he got up early the next morning, that old man, he told his wife, I said, do you know the Tukashidas come and visit me early this morning and gave me a song. He said, I'd like you to cook some food and we need to offer those two Tukashidas the food for, I want to thank them for giving me that song, he said. So she cooked some food and that old man, he held up the food. He said, to you two that came in the morning, early this morning and gave me a song, thank you. He said, here's some food. I'd like you to come and eat this food before we eat it, he said. Thank you. And then they waited for a little while, a couple of minutes, 5 minutes, and then they started to eat that food. When that old man was 90 years old, he came to our community to see another old man there. That old man was about 70 years old. And he called him Tushka, nephew, he said. I come to visit you to give you something, he said. I was given this song a long time ago when I was young, he said. And I know you're a good singer, he told that old man. And I know you're a good singer. So I want you next, he said, you carry that song. And so he sang that song. And of course, that old man, he's my teacher, what I call a professor. He knew lots of things. He understood that song right away because he's a singer. He knows lots of songs. So he picked up that song right away. And he said, "Oh, thank you for giving me this song." He said, "I will look after it." And so he gave him some money to travel, and he gave him a blanket and gave him some food to eat. And away he went. Within a month, that old man, 90 years old, he passed away. And now this teacher, this old man, this 70-year-old man, he was 94 years old now. And he called me. He said, "Come over." Well, when I got there, he said, "I look all around," he said, "but I don't see anybody," he said, "but you. I want you to carry this song. That came from my uncle," he said. "I want you to carry this song next," he said. And the same thing, you don't sing it any old time. He said, "Sing it when it's time to sing this for people who know about the buffalo," he said. "Okay, thank you," I said. So I promised him, "Anywhere you want to go," I said, "I'll take you. I'll take you because you've given me this song." So, and he gets called to go to lots of different places to talk. So, but I told him, I said, "I'm very poor." I said, I'm not a good singer. So I want to record this song so that I sing it the right way. I don't want to just forget and sing it any old way. I really treasure this song." I said, "Okay," he said. So I put my tape recorder on, and boy, he really, that's a serious thing. He scared me up, and at the same time, I treasured it. I'm honored that he would see me to keep that song next. And he started to sing. Of course, he knows that song really good. And so I recorded it. So not long after, he passed away in January. So I kept that song, and I sing it. I sang it 4 times so far in my lifetime. I'm getting close to 80 now, so I sang that song 4 times to people who know about the buffalo. That's the only time that I would sing this song. And this morning, at about 3:30, I woke up, and that old man, he came to me this morning. And I said, "Is there anything that I need to do?" I said, "Thank you for coming." So I made food for him this morning, and I fed him. So in memory of that, I'd like to sing that song in memory of what happened early this morning at 3:30, and the history behind this song, the honor that's been bestowed upon me to keep that song. Me too. Someday, I guess I would pass this song on to probably my boys or one of them, so that he can carry that song when it's time for them. So, in memory of the waking up at 3:30 this morning, and that old man coming and waking me up, and I'd like to share this song with you. What I would like you to do is that you would sit back, be comfortable, sit back, and maybe even close your eyes. And while I'm singing this song, don't think about anything else except this song. And sometimes it's good to listen to sacred song, the holy songs that people have taught us or shared with us. This is not song to be shared by anybody except me. And I wanted to sing it for you because it has a lot of meaning. It has a lot of meaning. because today, more than ever, we're still in a contemporary way, we are still relying on the buffalo. That is the food from the buffalo, the clothes from the buffalo, the blankets, the shelter, the teepees from the buffalo, and the protection from the buffalo spirit. We're still in that time where we offer tobacco and food and cloth to the buffalo to continue us in a contemporary way to have a good job and something to put on the table so our family can eat, and shelter where they can have a house and really keep safe, and protection from the buffalo spirit. I sing this song for you. Thank you for putting up with me. So sit back, relax, close your eyes, and listen to the song. I just would like to share one more thing, but before I leave here, we have a ceremony tonight, December 21st at 7 o'clock Manitoba time. I'm asking for your help to also make prayers wherever you are. Just take a handful of tobacco, go outside just for a few minutes, maybe 5, 10, 15 minutes. Go outside and make a prayer. There's a lot of turmoil in our communities, a lot of sickness. This pandemic showed itself to many of our people. And as if we need to understand, to learn from this pandemic. And when I had a ceremony, this is what I was told. To not yet, grandson, that old man told me, not yet. It's going to stick around for a little while longer. And this is to teach people, he said, that we can never go back to the way things were before the pandemic. And so, of course, whatever those sacred instructions are, I believe that. and I share it with you. So I would like your help to make some prayers tonight. There are many, many requests for prayers, mostly by email and telephone. And we ask them, sit at home, go outside, and get some tobacco, make some prayers. And the more people pray together, the better things will be. And greater answers all prayers. And so thank you. Thank you. Vitaka was.
I gotta remember to unmute myself. But thank you, Wambadi, for sharing that story and sharing that song with us and spending that time with us here today. It's very much appreciated, as is the appreciation for our Wegoma O Is Kwa drum group. Now, before we sing one last carol, I'm going to invite Don to do one final set with us, and we'll take it from there. We're almost at 4 o'clock here in Central Time. So, Don, if you're ready to go, I'll let you take it away. Can you hear me, Don? It looks like you're frozen. You're looking very sternly at me. I can see you clapped your hands together. I just want to check with those watching from YouTube or Facebook. Is Don moving for you? Oh, I'm seeing a little more movement. Maybe you might need to reset your phone again, Don, unless it's on my end here. Maybe it will work if I remove him and add him again. Let's see how that works. Yes, it looks like he's frozen. Okay, so Don, if you can hear me, I'm going to ask if you could log out of your phone and log in again. I'll remove you from the stream. All right. I have one last carol, courtesy of our drum group. But before I play it, I just wanted to offer a very quick apology to Phyllis, Googoo, and the ladies who so generously shared their time. And that first Christmas carol, we decked the halls. I had placed the Mi'kmaq and English side by side. They are not direct translations. They are separate translations. And I did not want to imply that that was a direct translation. So I see Don's moving again. I'm going to add him. Let's see. All right, Don, can you hear me? It looks like you're slow motion, maybe doing the robot. I can see you smiling and you're mouthing words at me. All right. How about this? You know, we could probably play charades like this, actually. Okay. Well, maybe we'll give that a moment because I was just told Phyllis Googoo was able to join us and she would like to say some words. So Phyllis, I'm going to add you to our stream.
I put it on. I'm on mute. No, I'm not. I'm okay. Hi.
Hi, Phyllis.
Hi. I'd like to make a correction on the our group name. We're from Waikagma, which we say Wegoma. Wegoma Kawiskwa. That means Waikagma girls or women group. Okay. Our group started in 1990s. And there was only 4 of us. It was a wellness group. And Our Wigwam Drummers Circle help us in our healing and to support one another in our healings, because we had to relearn our history and our language, and as a group we help one another being proud of who we are, because in residential school we learned to be not proud of who we are. Our drumming group, we were pretty busy. We drum at different functions and cultural events, and we are invited to our schools in our neighboring communities, and we do our talks, and we share our stories of the residential school. And we still do that today. We're still drumming at any cultural events and anything that goes on especially with the schools. We talk about our residential schools. We help it's part of our healing as elders of our survivors and our youth today. Yeah, the drumming helps us to be proud of who we are as Mi'kmaq people. And we're continuing to drum. We're about 9 people in our drummer groups, and some of them are not here. It comprises of our direct survivors and their survivors' children. And our drum group is Wegamaagawiskwa. Okay, that's all I wanted to say.
Thank you, Phyllis, for those words. It was very much appreciated. I was so glad you were able to join us, even if it was just for this last end here. I really wanted you to be able to share those comments and share those thoughts to those who are able to join us watching from the other end. Now, since Don was coming back out and hopefully logging back in, maybe I will give our final Christmas song a go. See if I can get the sound working again. Hopefully you can't see up my nose as I'm looking up at my large viewing screen here. Okay, I have my video loaded.
I'd like to wish all the survivors across Canada Merry Christmas and a Happy New We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Oh, welly new welly, oh, welly new welly, oh, welly new welly, I'm the super nane. Welly new welly.
All right, that was the Wish You a Merry Christmas. And apparently I'm getting tongue-tied, but I see Donna's back. Don, can you hear me?
I'm back. I keep signing off and signing on. I don't know what's going on, but I'm here. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys see me? Anyway, I'm gonna just do my. Hopefully, you guys get it because I've been doing these things all year and I've never had these technical problems before. But anyway, I think I see people signing, wishing everybody Merry Christmas and stuff. You know, there's been stories, awesome stories. I love that drum group. You know, and this is all really new to us. You know, I think Julian's got to take her computer back to the pawn shop. You know, because it keeps cutting out, or else mine does. I'm not sure, but anyway, I wanted to wind this thing up by singing you a couple native Christmas carols. You know, and you know me, I like to change the words and make a Christmas carol native. You know, so my first Christmas carol goes like this, and I don't sing very good. Okay, so I'm gonna try to sing. So I'm dreaming of a white woman, just like the one whose credit I ruined. You know? So that's my dreaming of a white woman Christmas carol. And this next one, we all have these young guys in our families, my family included. We have these young guys. You know, these young guys who could be doing something, but they're not. This song is for them. And the song has the beat of Little Drummer Boy, okay? So it goes like this. Go get a job, you bum. Stop living off your parents, you bum. Stop trying to make kids if you can't take care of them, you bum. You know, and I can say that because at one time I was a bum, right? You know, so that song is for my nephew, you know. But anyway, 12 Days of Christmas. Well, this is the 12 Days of Cousin Christmas. You know that Christmas carol, you know, on the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me. This one's the 12 Days of Cousin Christmas. I'm going to sing the first verse, and then I'm going to go backwards, okay? So, on the first day of Christmas, my cousin gave to me a bucket of KFC. On the second day of Christmas, my cousin gave to me 2 black eyes and a bucket of KFC. On the third day of Christmas, my cousin gave to me 3 French kisses, 2 black eyes, and a bucket of KFC. On the fourth day of Christmas, my cousin gave to me 4 ball tires, 3 French kisses, 2 black eyes, and a bucket of KFC. Yes, I remember these things, okay? On the fifth day of Christmas, my cousin gave to me 5 purple hickeys, 4 ball tires, 3 French kisses, 2 black eyes, and a bucket of KFC. On the sixth day of Christmas, my cousin gave to me 6 restraining orders, 5 purple hickeys, 4 ball tires, 3 French kisses, 2 black eyes, and a bucket of KFC. On the seventh day of Christmas, my cousin gave to me 7 sacred teachings, 6 restraining orders, 5 purple hickeys, 4 ball tires, 3 French kisses, 2 black eyes, and a bucket of KFC. On the 8th day of Christmas, my cousin gave to me 8 slabs of bannock, 7 sacred teachings, 6 restraining orders, 5 purple hickeys, 4 ball tires, 3 French kisses, 2 black eyes, and a bucket of KFC. On the 9th day of Christmas, my cousin gave to me 9-step kids. Okay. On the 10th day of Christmas, my cousin gave to me 10 exes texting. Yeah, because you guys still text your ex. Come on, be honest. We're healing here. We're healing. You be honest, you're texting your ex. So on the 10th day of Christmas, my cousin gave to me 10 exes texting, 9-step kids, 8 slabs of bannock, 7 sacred teachings, 6 restraining orders, 5 purple ickies, 4 ball tires, 3 French kisses, 2 black eyes, and a bucket of KFC on the 11th day of Christmas. My cousin gave to me 11 res dogs. On the 12th day of Christmas, my 11 res dogs, 10 exes tech, 9-step kids, 8 slabs of bannock, 7 sacred teachings, 6 restraining orders, 5 purple hickeys, 4 ball tires, 3 French kisses, 2 black eyes, and a bucket of KFC. So there, that's my 12 days of cousin Christmas. So you guys have a great, great Christmas. Have a good, safe holiday, and this year is almost up, and get your vaccine when they come up. Get in line, get ready, get your vaccine, and let's get back to this living a good life, eh? We endured, we survived. And this COVID thing is not the last thing we're going to survive. Our people, we've survived a lot more. We've survived a lot, eh? We're survivors, we're warriors, eh? And there's going to be something else that's going to be coming up, but who knows? We'll tackle that when it happens. But this is not the first time, and it's in our DNA to survive this, because they told us to sit still, be still. So, okay, we know how to do that. We can sit still. When we fast, when we pray, go Sundance, we're still, right? When we hunt, we're still. We're sitting at the bingo table, we're still, right? So we know how to be still. So the thing is that just stay safe. Really, really important. Stay safe. Keep your family safe. Keep the elders safe, eh? And when you go to bingo, think of me, okay? Because and I want to wish you guys very, very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I'll see you guys in 2021, okay? I'll be out there. Peace.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Don, for that last little bit of comedy. I know we were having a little bit of tech issues right at the end, but we've reached 4 o'clock. We're now at 4:04 here in Winnipeg time, and that means we're at the end of our Survivor Holiday Christmas Jamboree. So on behalf of the National Center for Truth and Reconciliation, I want to extend a very big thank you to Marie Wilson, who shared some holiday greetings at the very beginning of her show, as well as our Survivor Circle members, Wambadi, Wakita, Phyllis, Googoo, the members of, Phyllis, you practiced, I practiced so hard, and then I heard you say the name. I'm going to try again. Here I go. Wegoma Ozikwa Drum Group, as well as Don Burnstick for participating and making this show a reality. Thank you to our audience who was able to join us on our various streaming platforms, from YouTube to Facebook to Eventive. Now, for those left, we still have one more draw. And before I go, I want to draw for this beautiful stained glass handmade hanging that is of the NCTR logo. Now, this was actually done by a local artist here in Winnipeg, and I just wanted to shout out their name, JDM Indigenous Designs. I want to thank them for that beautiful gift. Okay, so the last lucky winner of today's beautiful, beautiful gift, we are calling out, let's see, what does my random number generator give me? Oh, Lila, I bet you're probably wanting a copy of one of these, aren't you? How about let's call out, it's so hard, let's waiting for those numbers to come around again. Teresa Wild. Teresa Wild, you are our lucky winner of the beautiful stained glass piece today. And again, thanks so much to everyone who's been very patient with me, been very patient with our technology as we try out these new virtual events. From all of us at the NCTR, we wish you the very best on this winter solstice, and for everyone to have a safe, happy, and healthy holiday. Hi and miigwech. We are now going to end our broadcast, so I hope you have a very wonderful week. Thank you very much.